Hello everyone, I'm here to do the 1 year ownership review of the Yamaha R3. Where am I? I'm in Valsad. Yeah, so I had bought this bike in September 2016 and now it is October 2017. I wanted to do this review some time ago, but it was raining all the time, so I couldn't do it. So here it goes. So as you guys know, this bike has a parallel twin motor and it's 320cc. I'm not going to go too much into the specifics because since you're seeing this video, I guess you already know the specifications of the bike. So the R3 is a fairly complete package if you go to see. It does good speeds as well as it is not too race oriented. You can do a fair lot of touring as well on it. Now last night I rode from Mumbai to Valsad, so that's about 200 odd kilometers, and it is fairly okay on your body, to ride 200 kilometers. It doesn't feel too tiring, or you don't get backaches and all. Maybe after like 400 odd kilometers you would start facing that problem. So let me talk about the tires. Well, the tires that come stock on the bike are fairly good for everything like day-to-day use and stuff. But if you're trying a bit of spirited riding, trying to go faster or trying to do some corners, then the MRFs do give you slightly lesser confidence. And so now I have changed the tires from the stock MRF to Metzeler M7s. I think the M7RR are the best tires for the Yamaha R3, like hands down. Not like I've tried too many other tires, but since they are W rated tires, they are rated for like 280 kilometers per hour approximately. And at lower speeds it does give a lot of feedback, especially when you compare it to the stock MRFs. So the mudguard that's provided by Yamaha is like fairly okay. I mean, it does the job, but it looks pretty bad. So now I have removed the mudguard and see how it looks now. Don't you think it looks fantastic now? Totally gets that sports bike kind of feel. The day I gave it for servicing and asked him to remove the mudguard, and then I looked at it, like, after the Teflon coating and all of it, it just looked fabulous. Now when it comes to braking, the bike fairly does the job, I think. It's pretty good at braking. So in comparison with the MRFs, the Metzellers really skid. So the braking also feels much better, like with the stock braking setup on the R3 and the Metzeler M7s. Well, let's talk about issues. Not much really. I've rode the bike for like 1 year now and I haven't crashed it or tipped it over at all, so there has been no problems. The only little problem that I see is of the cone set, that it gets loose and it starts doing that cut sound. Well, the problem is in Mumbai, we have a lot of potholes, especially where I live. The approach road is like really bad, so you can't really say, sometimes when you reach and you get into these potholes, that is when the cone set gets loose. And well, they fixed it approx. I'll need to put another one maybe on the next servicing or something. So acceleration, this bike does feel like it wants to be redlined to get all the power, So when you're just throttling, it will redline pretty quickly, and the power is like, it just shoots at like the top end. So before that, you can ride it around like, like you're riding a Splendor around. And then when you need to like, drop a gear and disappear kind of thing, that time it really does that. So gear shifts, the bike is fairly smooth. The engine has no problems whatsoever. And gear shifts are like, they just click perfectly. Some rare odd ones where it goes like a clunk, but otherwise it's fairly good, and no false neutrals or very clunky sound or something like that. The gears like shoe a slot. So the bike has quite a good visor. Hey, hi dog in the background. Yo. And it's very good for if you're going to crouch and ride, like if you're going to lie down on the tank and totally rev it up, then it's good. But for touring, you can say it doesn't do too much of a really good job. You will need something like a double bubble visor or something that that would divert the wind blast away from you. It's not a problem for me really. With regard to the other electronics, like the headlights are really good and illuminate the place like really well. The horn is pretty shitty, like it goes like peep, that's, I don't know, my Apache had a louder horn than that. Did quite a bit of off-roading as well with the R3. I know it's not meant for that, but when we went to Mandalpatti in Coorg, we climbed up that hill completely off-road with this bike. And well, it did the job. I don't think I can do this with the Metzelas though, because the MRFs are like okay to handle that kind of a situation. Cost of service. Well, I just completed 3 services with Yamaha, and the servicing cost is slightly lesser than what I expected it to be. For example, the oil costs around 900 rupees, and with all the other changing with the chain lube and coolant and everything, totally it comes up to around 2200 ish. The last service, that is the 3rd service, I paid around 3000 rupees, and this time the price of the oil has also come down thanks to GST, I guess. Hashtag Achhe Din. So as of now, the Yamaha R3 is not available in the market. They are going to launch the BS4 variant, I suppose, by the end of this year, which will supposedly have ABS as well. I think with the ABS option, this bike is going to be like one of the best buys ever. So the price range may go up to around 4.5 lakhs. That's like Ninja 300 territory. So what's the top speed I've done on the bike? I've done about 178 to 180, and that was when the bike was fairly new. The MRFs don't give you too much confidence to ride on roads with that high speed. Now with the Metzelas, I suppose it can go slightly faster. Let's see. Ride safe, okay? In comparison with the Benelli TNT 300. Now I've rode the Benelli TNT 300 and it has a good amount of power. It is a completely different genre from this bike. Like, it's more of the eased out 300s. Like, there's no reason to compare them apart from the fact that they are both 300 cc's. But they are totally different bikes, and the Benelli also feels really good. And it has an amazing sound, like no 300s can match up with it. I really wished my bike would sound like that, but well, the R3 also sounds pretty okay. So just hope it was slightly louder though. So am I happy with the purchase? Of course, yes. I mean, it's been 1 year with this thing and it has just been fabulous. Maybe it's the feeling of owning a little sports bike that's really good. So what was the recall about? So Yamaha figured out that there was some problem with the tank bracket as well as the ignition switch assembly. And they called all the bikes that were in production at that time during that range, and they replaced those 2 parts for free, as well as gave like a free service coupon and a free oil coupon. So that's how I got my oil for the 3rd service for free. Not a big hassle really. Yeah, so like when it comes to pillion seat comfort, this bike totally sucks. Like, no. Don't do long rides pillion on this, it is going to be really bad. And especially if you take off the mudguard, then forget about it, because you will be drenched in all the mud that Mumbai and everything else has to offer. So average, that is fuel economy. Well, fuel economy, I'll tell you, highway rides you'll get about 25 to 30 or something, and in the city you can expect like just below 20, like maybe 19, 20. Right now if you check the console of my bike, it will show you the total average of what I've been riding in the city and touring and whatever. Let me show you. So as you can see, it's 22.5 kilometers per liter. Let me show you some other stuff that it shows. Okay, so here's the odo. Then you have the first trip, you have the second trip, and this is your current fuel consumption. This is your average fuel consumption, and this is your oil trip Oh flip, these guys have not reset it at the service center, so they should have. So I think I've covered everything that I wanted to speak in this video, and I hope you guys liked it. Well, if you do, then hit the like button and share it with your friends, whoever wants to maybe buy an R3 or something. And do subscribe for more content from my channel. Here's Brian Fernandez signing off. Have a great day, you guys.